Hello, it's Libby from LibbyStamps.com and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And I just thought I'd bring you another watercolour technique. It'll probably be my last for a little while, but this is the card or the style of card that we're going to make today. And I'm using the Dragonfly Dreams bundle, and it's bundled until the 31st of May. If it's carried over into the new catalogue, it won't be bundled. If you buy it as a bundle, so that's the Dragonfly Dreams photopolymer stamp set with 10 stamps in it, and the detailed Dragonfly Thinlits dies, as a bundle they're 10% cheaper at the moment. Beautiful bundle, very versatile. Have a look back on my blog and just see the cards I've made using it. So today we're going to do this technique. We're not going to make exactly the same card, but we're going to learn this technique. So for our background today, you need a piece of watercolor paper, and my piece is 10 centimeters by 6 centimeters. And I'm just going to bring in some paper towel, my well-used paper towel. It does dry out, so you can keep using it. And I'm just going to wet that in a minute. I'm going to get my ink pads out. So I've got rich raspberry, and I'm using just what I've got in the lid. Melon Mambo, and we might go pumpkin pie, daffodil delight, Bermuda Bay. Now, to get ink into the lid, you just open your stamp pad part way and then squeeze down, and you'll get ink in the lid like that. And our last colour will be, and you also need a broad tip paintbrush that's wet, and we're currently without water, so I'm having a bit of trouble doing my techniques today. And your aqua painter with water in it. So I'm squeezing the water down into the brush so I can see that that's clean and it's got water in it. So you're just going to come along and wet your watercolor paper all over. You could spritz it. I spritzed the last one, but I found it warped a bit much and the colours didn't take. So I'm trying it this way this time. So just make sure it's got plenty of water on it. If you look to the side, you can see where it's shiny. Then you're going to need your paintbrush and a bit of water. Now, because we haven't got water, what I've done is I've used my spritz, Stampin' Spritz, and I've just sprayed a little bit of water in each lid, except for the Daffodil Delight, which I've just re-inked. So I'll just spray a bit of water in the lid. That should do. And I just need to make sure my brush is wet. I do have a bit of old water here, but it's not coloured. So, and you need the paper towel underneath because it's quite messy. I've got ink all over me so far. So you just come in and you pick up a little bit of your watered down ink, and you're going to swipe down with your brush like that. And you want to get all of it. So you might want to come in and do a tiny bit more. Alright, that'll about do us for that one. Clean my brush off, and I'll just close this ink pad up so I've got a little bit more room to show you what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm coming in with the Melon Mambo, and what I'm doing is I'm picking up a little bit of that colour that's got water on it, and then I'm swiping down on my watercolor paper. Now I might just come in with my aqua painter again and just re-wet that card. I suppose that's the advantage of using your spritzer, that it does get quite wet. The next one I'm doing is pumpkin pie. I'll just put a little bit of water on my brush, mix that pumpkin pie up, and come in and swipe straight down. So you're doing it all in one motion. Now going to do some of my Daffodil Delight. Doesn't matter that those colours bleed into each other a little bit. You can see my watercolour paper's not quite wet right down here on the edge. So a little tiny bit more Daffodil Delight. And that'll about do that one. Bermuda Bay. You get a lovely rainbow effect, and it's really quite easy. If you've got children, just raid their paint box and take one of their brushes. That'll do. It doesn't have to be an expensive one. All right, now last one is Pacific Point. So that's our watercolour technique. And yes, the colours may bleed a bit together, but that doesn't matter. And now that needs to dry. I'll just close up my ink pads, and I'm going to bring in my card base. Now, my card base on the other card was Rich Razzleberry, which was one of the colours we used here. This time I've decided I'm going to go with Whisper White as a card base, and I'm using the sentiment from Dragonfly Dreams again, and Memento Tuxedo Black, and I'm just going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp down here on the bottom right. You can stamp anywhere you like, really. That's all the stamping for that we need. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of my Pacific Point, which measures 10.5 by 7.
Hey, if you wanna play, make it a better place. It'll take creation, imagination.
Now our dragonfly is going to need some dimensionals just here, and I just use the half dimensionals that I have left on the side of my piece. So I'm just going to put one there, and that'll about do it, I think. I might put a quarter of a one just here. So most of the body's got a dimensional on it. And then I need to come in and put some glue dots, because we're going to put some black metallic thread behind the dragonfly. So I roll up my glue dots, and I put one here. Alright, so on the roll, use my paper piercer, and I just roll on the roll till I get a little dot. I just use 5 or 6 lengths around my hand, and I come in and I place it between my thumb and my forefinger, and I just spread my fingers out a little bit and twist around. Take where I had it between my thumb and forefinger, and I put that on the first glue dot and sort of spread it out a bit, and then I put the rest on the second glue dot, again spreading it out a little bit, and then if you've got little ends, just place them on the glue dot too. Now I don't like stragglers, so I just use my snips and come in and cut these off so they sort of look like they belong. And there's our dragonfly ready to be stuck onto the front of our card. Now my watercolour piece isn't quite ready, isn't quite dry yet, so I'm going to speed it up with my heat tool. My watercolour piece is dry now. Doesn't that look lovely? I'm just going to put some multi-purpose liquid glue on the back of it and stick it to our piece of Pacific Point, and you just want to centre it, and it's now ready to put on the front of our card. get your card made. So that's Whisper White Pacific Point and your rainbow watercolour background, and this one's on Rich Razzleberry. And all I did here was I stamped the sentiment and then I cut closer to the sentiment and then banner cut each end. Alright, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed that video. Bye for now.